Have you ever wondered what exactly is the difference between a female orgasm or a male orgasm? How do the two compare? Well, in today's educational episode, we're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to be answering all of those questions and providing you with some interesting facts along the way. So make sure you watch till the end. And as always, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to leave a like down below and share it with a friend. First, let's talk about the female orgasm. When it comes to a female orgasm, there are two types, the Grafenberg orgasm and the clitoral orgasm. Now, the clitoral orgasm is one of the most common types of orgasms women experience. It typically begins with the clitoris becoming sensitive to stimulation from an erotic stimulus, such as a massage, intercourse, or self-stimulation. As the clitoris becomes more aroused, it begins to swell and become harder. This is known as the orgasmic platform. At this point, the woman may begin to experience multiple sensations, including warmth, tingling, pressure, and even pain. This is normal and to be expected during this stage of the orgasm. As the intensity of these sensations increase, the woman will reach the pinnacle of her arousal. This is known as the orgasmic crescendo. At this point, the woman will experience the most intense sensations possible. These sensations usually last for several seconds, after which they begin to subside. This is known as the orgasmic resolution. During this time, the woman will begin to relax, and the intensity of the sensations will decrease until they disappear altogether. Women may also experience a post-orgasmic release of tension, and even some relief from any discomfort that was present before the orgasm. Overall, the entire experience of a clitoral orgasm can last anywhere from a few minutes to over an hour. Now, the second type of female orgasm is known as the Grafenberg orgasm, also known as the G-spot orgasm. This type of orgasm is typically more intense and longer lasting than the clitoral orgasm. To experience a Grafenberg orgasm, a woman must have a very specific stimulation. This stimulation must occur on the upper part of the vagina, just inside the entrance. Once this area is stimulated, a woman will begin to experience a buildup of tension and desire. This tension will reach its peak, and at this point, the woman will experience the Grafenberg spot orgasm. This type of orgasm is often described as being more intense and more pleasurable than other orgasms. It can also last for several minutes. The Grafenberg spot orgasm is a unique and powerful experience for women, and it is definitely worth exploring if you haven't already. Now let's talk about the male orgasm. Male orgasms are typically triggered by sexual stimulation, most commonly through the penis. When a man is sexually stimulated, his body releases a number of hormones, including testosterone, which causes the penis to become erect and the testicles to produce fluid. As the stimulation continues, the man will reach the orgasmic plateau, at which point he will begin to experience intense pleasure and his breathing will become more rapid and shallow. This is followed by the orgasmic climax, which is the most intense part of the experience. During this time, the man will experience multiple release of semen, along with intense physical and emotional sensations. The male orgasm typically lasts for several minutes, after which the man will experience a period of relaxation and satisfaction known as the resolution phase. In summary, both male and female orgasms are unique and complex experiences. While there are similarities between the two, there are also some key differences. For women, orgasms can be clitoral or Grafenberg, while men typically experience penile orgasms. Men also tend to experience more intense pleasure during their orgasms, which are accompanied by the release of semen. Ultimately, each person's orgasm is unique to them and can vary greatly from person to person. So, what are the main differences between female and male orgasms? Well, let's take a look. First, the location of the most sensitive area differs between males and females. In males, the most sensitive area is the head of the penis, while in females, it is the clitoris. This is why penile stimulation is typically required for males to reach orgasm, while clitoral stimulation is necessary for females. The sensation of pain during orgasm also differs between the two sexes. In males, pain during orgasm is not typical and should be reported to a healthcare professional, as it could be a sign of a medical condition. However, females may experience a slight discomfort or pain during orgasm, which is normal and to be expected. Another major difference between male and female orgasms is the physical response. Males typically experience an orgasm accompanied by ejaculation, while females do not. Additionally, males often experience a refractory period after orgasm, during which they are unable to achieve another erection. Females, on the other hand, do not experience this refractory period and are able to experience multiple orgasms in succession. Furthermore, the length of an orgasm can differ between males and females. Typically, male orgasms are shorter, lasting only a few seconds, while female orgasms can be much longer, sometimes lasting several minutes. Finally, the intensity of the orgasmic experience can vary between the two sexes. Generally, males tend to experience more intense pleasure during orgasm, which may be due to the release of hormones such as testosterone. Females, on the other hand, may experience a more subtle and nuanced form of pleasure. So, what are some interesting facts about male and female orgasms? Let's take a look. Did you know that women are more likely to experience multiple orgasms than men? In fact, it is quite common for women to experience a series of orgasms rather than just one. This is due to the fact that women do not experience a refractory period after orgasm, unlike men. This means that women are able to experience several orgasms in a row without needing to take a break. Women are also more likely to experience different types of orgasms than men. For example, women may experience a clitoral orgasm or a vaginal orgasm, whereas men typically only experience penile orgasms. Additionally, women are more likely to experience a variety of sensations during orgasm, such as tingling, warmth, and pressure, whereas men typically only experience a single sensation of pleasure. Now, what about men? Did you know that men are more likely to experience a release of semen during orgasm? This is due to the fact that men produce and ejaculate semen, whereas women do not. The amount of semen released during orgasm can vary depending on a number of factors, such as age, sexual history, and overall health. On average, however, men can release anywhere from 1 to 5 milliliters of semen during orgasm. Men are also more likely to experience a refractory period after orgasm. This is the period of time during which a man is unable to achieve another erection. The length of the refractory period can vary depending on a number of factors, such as age, health, and level of fatigue. However, on average, the refractory period for men typically lasts anywhere from a few minutes to several hours. Both male and female orgasms are a natural and important part of the human sexual experience. By understanding the differences between the two, couples can better communicate and cater to each other's needs during intimacy. With an open mind and a willingness to explore, both men and women can experience the full range of orgasmic sensations and reach new heights of sexual satisfaction. Finally, how can you improve your orgasmic experience? There are a few things you can do to enhance your orgasmic experience. For females, it is important to find positions that allow for greater clitoral stimulation. This can include lying on one side, or hands and knees, and riding a female partner. Experimenting with different types of touch and stimulation can also be beneficial. Using a vibrator or other sexual aid can also help to achieve orgasm. For males, it is important to find positions that allow for greater penile stimulation. This can include lying on one's back or side and using pillows to support the body. It is also important to experiment with different types of touch and stimulation, such as using a variety of strokes or applying pressure to different areas of the penis. Using a male sex toy or seeking professional help from a sex therapist can also be beneficial. It is important to note that everyone is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. It is important to communicate with your partner and try new things to find out what works best for you. Communication is key when it comes to having the best possible orgasmic experience. Talking to your partner about your needs and desires can help them to better understand how to stimulate you in the best way possible. You should also be willing to try new things and experiment with different types of touch and stimulation. Don't be afraid to take risks and try something different. You never know what might work best for you. Using a vibrator or other sexual aid can also be beneficial. There are a variety of different sex toys and other aids that can be used to enhance the orgasmic experience. Don't be afraid to experiment and find out what works best for you. If you're still struggling to achieve orgasm, then it might be helpful to seek professional help. A sex therapist can help you to explore any issues that may be preventing you from experiencing orgasm, and can provide you with tools and techniques to help you reach your goal. Overall, achieving orgasm can be a wonderful and fulfilling experience. With a little patience, communication, and experimentation, you can find what works best for you and experience the full range of orgasmic sensations. We hope you enjoyed learning about the differences between male and female orgasms. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.